Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube subscribers. It is December 19th, 2017. This is the last video of the day before I head to work. I'm actually in my car. I got the laptop, my iPad, like leaning against the steering wheel. So this thing is killing my fucking leg, bro. But I saw the Tavis Smiley. Let me hold this thing up. Fuck this. I saw the Tavis Smiley interview he did on Good Morning America, one of these morning shows, and somebody shared it on my Facebook timeline. And they want me to do a video on it, so I'm going to give you guys my spin or my opinion on it, my honest opinion. I'm going to tell you, I'm really getting just tired of all these allegations coming out because it's just too easy for somebody to lose their career over a simple allegation. But when I watched the Tavis Smiley interview, the woman who gave the interview was doing all these really quick, fast, rapid fire questions, trying to get Tavis to trip up. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not made for this. I'm not as, and I guess because I'm not a professional journalist or whatever, so I don't really know how to answer questions full speed without getting angry. Which is why I'm kind of like the half angry dude that just give my opinion on certain issues. Some issues I'm happy about, certain issues I'm mad about. This issue, I'm on fire. I want to start a hashtag called you2. Make this go viral if you're a man who has something to lose. Your freedom, your integrity, your career, your anything. You2 hashtag YOUTOO. I'm going to my Twitter page today. And I'm gonna try to do the first tweet. You2 is that anybody, even you too, can be accused of something. There's a guy named, I'm gonna say this name. I'll say his name. His name is Paul. I'm not gonna say where he works at. But I went to the place he works at, and he said, "Oh, I know you." He said, "My wife has some of your art in her house." He said you gave it to her, and I was like, I'll say I'll say she's a cashier. Let's say that. And I buy some art supplies, and she said, what do you do for a living? You're in the store every day, and I see you buy the same supplies. And I went to go load my car, and I gave her one of my little boards, and the husband sells me the paint for the boards, and he was like, I said, oh, I didn't know that lady was your wife, and he said, yeah, that's my wife. We met on the job, and he said basically the way the place that they work at, it's the policy is she can't be his boss. Like she can't be like the head over the department he works at. She can be like a cashier, but they can't be like a subordinate type of situation where she can make his schedule, so to speak. And I think that's what happened to Tavis Smiley. Tavis Smiley did a damn good assertion, and he explained what his situation was. I don't like how PBS handled it though. That I don't like. But I don't like the fact that he did date women on his job, and we had a situation down here in New Orleans. There was a chef named John Besh, and John Besh had to retire from his own company. It was called the Besh Group, I think BESH, John Besh Group, where he dated another chef or something, and she probably was like another recipe maker or something. And I kind of think that's what those chefs do. When you have like a restaurant group, it's a bunch of like celebrity chefs or a main chef who has a name, and he brands the group through his name. So let's say if you open in a restaurant and you want the Best Group to come in and build from scratch a menu for your restaurant, you hire them as a consultant group. You want to be a special type of thing, whatever, But one way or the other, he dated somebody from the group, a woman, of course, and I think she either got mad or they broke up, and I guess that was a conflict of interest. So instead of breaking up the group, he just left peacefully. But that is a tiny example of what I think happened to Tavis. Tavis actually owns the Tavis Smiley show, but PBS distributes the show. It syndicates it, so to speak. So I don't know who the women even complained to, because like he told the lady, Tavis Smiley says basically, I do not run the company. I own it, but I don't run it. So I think that somebody must have claimed, I made a complaint to the company that he had sexual relationships with them, all consensual, of course. But what these men of power don't understand, that's the main thing I like about myself now. My girlfriend is a regular person. I would never date another person that does YouTube videos or nothing crazy like that. Because I do see in the future, at the rate I'm going because of what I do privately in my regular life, I'm going to explode into like celebrity status like at the end of next year. So I don't want to be famous and then meet another famous person and date another famous person that can fuck my career up. I'd rather have somebody right now when I'm a nobody, so to speak. So um, if something was to go left, go left field or whatever, I can't lose my career or something to that effect. So I think a lot of these guys should know better. And that's the one thing I did not like about Tavis Smiley's situation was that when you are a black man, and I'm not making this a race issue because I mean half the guys who are accused of molestation or rape or misconduct, whatever that means, were all white dudes from Harvey Weinstein on down. Maybe and they like Russell Simmons just popped up, so it's not a race thing. It's just a woman situation where I think with Gloria Allred's daughter coming out with all these different allegations and supporting all these weird little like accusation stories and lawsuits, that what's being lost in translation and lost in this whole discussion is the law. There's policy and law. The one thing that people who look at these videos or who see these reports don't understand, that you can break a policy without breaking a law. That's the difference. And I think that for the guys who want to support this you too hashtag, is do some research, because I don't really have free time. I don't know y'all. I work like 17 hours a day. That's why I ain't even shave. I'm shaving tonight. I got a lot of shipping artwork to do for Christmas and all that shit. So I don't really have the free time most like internet trolls got to just go out and do the research and figure out how do you actually, who designed the protocol to get somebody fired? Who designs the protocol or the procedure that cops use to put you in jail for no reason until your court date because you were just accused of raping somebody, accused of touching somebody. Now, I've seen reports where these slimy dudes touch little girls, and the little girls wait till they're 14 years old, and they say, well, this has been happening over a period of years, and the guy just gets arrested without no fight, then that motherfucker guilty. You know you did it. You finally admit, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I've been doing it for. I'm the and it's almost always the girlfriend's boyfriend that's doing it. And when the girls confess and the guys get caught doing it, most 90% of the time they admit that yeah they did it, and they should go to jail and get dealt with, and they will be dealt with. But when you're in your 40s and you're dating a guy on your job and he's your boss, the unfortunate side for the guys who are the bosses have to understand that you always stand the chance of losing your job over a sexual harassment lawsuit. You lose your job over an accusation. I got a friend of mine that's in the Marines. This guy right now, I think he said he got 14 years left before he can retire, like at 50 years old, some kind of early age. And he was like, in the military, you don't talk to no girls. Even if the girl's a hot piece and kind of like feminine or whatever, don't even talk to her. Because a lot of times you assume that if you're a Marine and she's a Marine, y'all both like hardcore badasses, and she can take a compliment. But it's even in the Marines, the military accusations are worse. Because they'll put your ass like, not what they call the brig and the JAG, the Judge Advocate General, I forgot what the fuck they call that, court martial and all that kind of stuff. So he's like, man, I'm not going to lose my pension in my career when I'm almost out in 14 years. I'm not going to say nothing, which I don't blame the guy. Don't say shit. But it's almost like when you try to date on the job, most of the girls don't really want the male clerk. They want the guy that's in power. They want the boss. They want the manager. They want the owner. But it's one of those situations where 90% of your life, no, economists broke it down in a way that I hope you guys can understand. That makes sense to me too. I would say 50% of your adult life is spent with the people you work with. Think about it. You start your day off by saying good morning, honey, or I'm on my way to work. Then you spend 8 hours a day of your life with people on your job. If you're single, then you get up to work, you put your cologne on, you wash your ass, you shave, you try to be as clean as possible, and then the new girl walks on the job and you like her, and she's interested in you, and y'all develop a relationship on the job, and it blossoms into a marriage, and y'all guys become partners, and y'all retire, and they throw you guys a retirement party, and that's it. So unfortunately, a ton of Americans, even you watching this video, may have met your spouse, your significant other, or your, I guess, fuck buddy on the job, but unfortunately, because it is a place of employment, you do stand a chance of losing your job. So you can lose a full-blown career by dating somebody on your job. But unfortunately, yes, a lot of your life is spent on that job. So you are, by default, gonna grow a working relationship with somebody that you work with. But unfortunately, it is a taboo, area, and it's a gray area. So make the hashtag YouTube go viral, because you have to be very careful on the job. Because at the end of the day, all it takes is just for one person just to claim something, and you can lose everything you worked for. Anyway, hit like, share, and subscribe. Definitely comment in the section below. I'm not attacking anybody. I will say this for the assholes that's already triggered. If you're a child and you've been molested, if you're a grown person and you was molested, touched, raped, I give you my absolute empathy. I don't want to know what that shit feel like. I got a daughter and I got a little infant, a little 5-year-old son, and I'll kill any son of a bitch, piece of shit, scum, teacher, whatever, that touched my child. So I'm not victim shaming, as these assholes like to say. I'm just making a point, because unfortunately, when you have the conversation, somebody in the conversation is going to say something that the other person is not going to like. And unfortunately, I may be that person. So we got to look at the laws and look at the procedures and the protocols that encompass all this stuff. Anyway, till next time, take care of yourself, guys.